Please use caution when using magical scratch map. Much love, Jeff Bezos. Let's try it again. Antarctica. Whoa. Don't try that at home, kids. I've got a confession. This is not a magic scratch map, but it is a generic scratch map. And today we're gonna be going over some of our most memorable memories from all of these different destinations. They're not always gonna be the best memories. Sometimes they could be bad. Sometimes it could be someone we met, something we ate. It could be anything, but we wanna go over the places that we've traveled together. Why don't you scratch it off? Scratch the first place that you wanna scratch.
Peru, because it's where I'm from and where we met.
Okay.
So where's Peru?
Don't test me. I'm the geography master. The first destination, share with me your most memorable memory.
It was definitely when we took that train, really fancy and nice train from Machu Picchu to Cusco.
Hiram Bingham.
Yeah, the Hiram Bingham one. And what I liked the most about it was all the dynamics and activities we had inside. We had like a small party and with pisco sour and music. It was the first time. It was the first time that I saw Christian dancing. And I was like, oh my gosh.
It's the pisco sour. I drank enough.
I was so embarrassed.
Yeah. It's also where I met you. So. On to the next one. Why don't we go just to the east and your friendly and beautiful neighbor, Bolivia. This is one of my favorite destinations on the planet. This is my favorite memory of Bolivia, hands down. It is when we were in the Uyuni salt flats trying to find water so that we could get the mirror effect in the salt flats. And we were driving and driving all day. We couldn't find it. And then right then, maybe an hour before sunset, we got up the drone and we could see it from maybe like half an hour away. So we get the drone back and we just gun it. And we barely made it. Yeah. We got some sunset shots there. And the best part, do you remember?
Yeah, we were ready to go, like with our wine glasses, and it's like, the car doesn't start.
The battery had died, and we were in the middle of nowhere. No cell phone reception.
Nothing.
It was freezing too.
They had to push the car, and I was just filming.
What's that? What's that one there?
That's something that starts with an F and ends with Felipe.
Necesito su ticket.
Island. Next. Went to India. Let's see, what's my favorite memory of India? Probably the taxi driver that we had who took us to the Taj Mahal. He was feeding dogs every day, and he was taking donations from all of his passengers to basically be able to take care of the local animals.
We'll go to...
Mongolia?
No, Morocco. The only country we have done in Africa. Okay, so my favorite moment was when a guide invited us to his house to have dinner, and it was so beautiful and special. I really appreciate it.
Mine was Fatima.
She didn't know her age, which is crazy.
She was so old, she didn't even know her age.
Yeah.
The next up, I'm gonna take it all the way back home. Oh my gosh, this one's gonna be tough to freaking do. Indonesia is everywhere.
It's so big.
Wait, is that Indonesia? That might have been Malaysia. I might start an argument in the comments. That's Malaysia! For me, Indonesia, one of my best memories, which is where we currently live in Bali, is probably that day we went to see him in Bali. We found this jeweler. I'm actually wearing the ring right now. A guy by the name of Agung. He had like a small little tiny shop, and we were probably his first customer that day. It was so surreal to truly find a hidden part of Bali where very few people go, and to have a awesome interaction with a local person. And Kathy even helped him out with his social media. He's never stopped posting on Instagram since.
He's killing it.
And now he's getting tons of business.
I will go to Japan. I love when we went to the Purikuras. By accident, we didn't know what was it, and it's these photo booths where you take photos and they put makeup on you and make you look like perfect Asian dolls.
It's like they enlarge your
so
eyes,
pretty.
they soften your skin like a porcelain doll.
Put like red cheeks.
Yeah.
So
For me, one of my memories was having some stranger walk me like 200 meters to show me where the bathroom was because they didn't know English. And that was not just one person, but it was kind of reflecting the whole culture, the whole people of Japan. That's why we love it so much. The people are
so nice.
like no one else we've ever met. Really cool. Coming over here, let's see if I can find it. Oh yeah,
Antigua.
It's so small they had to literally make a sub map for the Caribbean. I'm gonna cross off St. Martin and Antigua at the same time because they're right next door to each other. I'll share my first one on Antigua. My memory of that is 𝗕𝗓𝗓 getting seasick within maybe 20 minutes of getting on the boat, and then we had to be on that boat for a week, which, by the way, is one of the most beautiful boats. We met up with a 𝗧𝨨𝗦𝗕𝗕𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗜𝗕𝗙 Channel, Riley, and Elena.
I love them.
So amazing. They're two incredible people.
Yeah,
you should definitely check out their channel.
But yes, I did get sick. Me for St. Martin was that beach that had an airplane, and we stood up behind the plane,
Getting
like far.
blasted by sand.
It was like having like
Sandpaper,
sandpaper.
yeah.
It was so painful and funny. I will do it again.
To Portugal.
Something very funny that I remember about Portugal is that we went to this little alley with stairs, and there was a party with locals, and we were just standing right next to them, and they invited us to their party, and they were eating something delicious, and
they gave me they gave 𝗕𝗓𝗓 a delicious sandwich, and they gave me the pork fat sandwich, which honestly is a very nice gesture. I think it's local cuisine, but it's tasted how you would imagine. It was just basically bread with a fat layer of lard. I pretended to enjoy it, and then when they weren't looking, I found a garbage can. But they were so nice.
They were incredible.
It
was so cool.
It was during the World Cup. Oh, hi there. You might be wondering how I'm in the middle of the Pacific Ocean right now with my dolphin friends. Well, truth is, I'm not. I'm actually here with Storyblocks, today's video sponsor. You see, everything the light touches is yours. And the truth is, I've never been to South Africa. But luckily, some other shooters have, and they uploaded their footage to Storyblocks so people like you, like me, could download it and quickly and easily use it in our own projects. Whether it be YouTube, Instagram, or anything, you have access to countless other shooters' work, whether it be South Africa, Antarctica, whether it be a drone shot of the place you just traveled but you forgot your drone batteries at home. No matter what kind of shot you're looking for, there's probably 1, 2, or maybe a couple dozen that are perfect for your project. So guys, if you want to try out Storyblocks, then check out the link down below. It's been a game changer for all my YouTube videos, and I highly recommend it.
Another country that I love. So tiny.
The Netherlands, where the people wear wooden shoes and ride bicycles everywhere.
Milk here is the best milk on earth. Something I remember here is Christian buying me a tulip, a flower for the first time. It was a fake one. I still have it.
Yeah, that's the gift that never stops giving though, you know? Organic flowers die, this one's forever. Gonna cross off this one where we just came back from, Switzerland. This is one of my top travel moments, and it was just having a fondue up in the Alps next to our beautiful glass igloo little hotel room. This was just the definition of like why people travel. It was so cool.
I would just say one word: chocolate. The neighbor, La France.
I remember some jerk in Paris saying that we couldn't drink the coffee from his own restaurant in his restaurant because we asked for a takeout cup. Anyways, we're here to spread love. Let's have a redeeming thing.
We rented a scooter, which was really cool because we're used to riding scooters in Southeast Asia. Yeah. So it was pretty awesome driving around the Arc de Triomphe or the Eiffel Tower. It was really beautiful.
If you feel comfortable with it, get a motorbike or a scooter. And then 𝗕𝗓𝗓 dropped her leather glove, and that cost her 80 euros. One glove.
It was so painful.
That sucked. Yeah. All right, next. This is a big one. Down under, mate. It's where my father's from, Steve Owen. Our most memorable memory would be the day we did the Great Ocean Road, and it's so gorgeous. And the weather was kind of mixed that day, but when we finally got to like the conclusion, the triumphant moment of the 12 apostles, it was raining sideways.
It was horrible.
The wind was so strong.
We were tired, but just on the road all day.
Weather. But it was still really cool.
I will do UAE. It was the first time that we have ever lost a flight because it was just stupid. And Max was so stressed running with me with the suitcases that he was about to faint. He's like, I'm seeing black spots, I'm fainting, I'm sorry for fainting. And I was like in the parking lot raising his feet. It was really sad and funny at the same time.
I wasn't even mad that we missed our flight. It was just such a gong show.
It was horrible.
Anyways, a redeeming memory would be when we stayed at the Atlantis, getting to stay in some of those insane suites like the underwater suite, eating in an underwater restaurant. But I think the most incredible natural experience was the telescope out in the desert. There was like in 𝗦𝗨𝗕𝗏 in the sand dunes, getting just out in the open with this hyper power telescope. It was seeing the moon like it was your own eyes. It was so cool.
You could feel it.
Now, I'm gonna just go to the place right next door. The kind of country that makes you go, oh man, I can't believe I didn't come sooner. That's what she said.
There are so many things to say about this country that we have to be very selective.
Yeah.
Okay, the first night that we stayed there and we camped, we had
bioluminescent plankton after camping on a private island.
We saw
and
turtles.
The people and they gave us chips oman, the local chips.
And that amazing tea.
And then you met a random girl that invited us to dinner, and then they paid even though they didn't know us. And then we got upgraded at the 𝗦𝗨𝗕𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗜𝗕𝗢𝗦 because one of the viewers from the channel was also working there, and he just treated us like so nice. And the whole team made us a cake. And oh my gosh. And like, I know that was kind of our experience, but seriously, I think everyone who goes to Oman will have a pretty incredible time there.
Yeah, everybody's so nice. For me, the nicest people that I have met of all the countries that I visited.
Yeah, you can go watch the videos on that. That's a cool thing too, actually. All these places have been documented. So if you're like, oh, I want to see that, you know, I have a travel channel. Check it out. And by the way, if you already haven't smashed that like button, you should do so.
The next country that I'm gonna do, Las Filipinas. Something I remember about the Philippines is something recent where I had a horrible tooth pain, and I basically was brought to a dentist's house, like a random house where there was no dentist equipment, and there was this lady like sitting me in a wooden chair, like opening my mouth to try to figure out what happened, and then she said, oh sorry, I don't have my equipment with me. And I just had to suffer.
You don't want to have medical problems in the remote islands of the Philippines.
Yeah, but then we went back to Manila and I went to the dentist.
The highlight of life, I think, is 𝗦𝗨𝗕𝗏, the resort we've stayed at, but I talked about that in another video.
But the highlights, without a doubt, will be all the amazing sunsets that you see in the Philippines. Like, all of them are incredible.
Almost every night, it's like a world-class setting of the sun. Thailand. For me, one of the memories that stand out when we both went was the Lantern Festival, because everything went so wrong, but then when the lanterns finally went off, everything that went wrong didn't matter anymore. It was so stunning.
Magical.
It was a magical moment surrounded by chaos and disorganization.
Poland!
Oh, yeah.
Did you forget about it?
Yeah. I forgot we went to Poland. So random. Freaking potatoes on everything, and they're all delicious.
The food.
You've never had potatoes like that.
Potatoes, stuffed with potatoes, covered in potatoes with a potato sauce on top. We gained so much weight, but food was incredible. For me, it was the highlight, and the storks.
Yeah. We went to this town, and they're like, yeah, we've got storks, and then they pointed at this nest up in like the telephone pole.
I was excited because I've never seen a stork.
That's what delivers babies.
Yeah.
Katy was like, what's a stork?
Yeah, that's how I learned the word.
Mexico! Things are getting a little zesty. My memory of Mexico, I have this one meal that, like, for some reason stands out. We ate mushroom fillets, like almost like a steak.
Portobello.
Like a giant steak-size mushroom.
Portobello
and it
mushroom.
Tasted amazing. And I'm not a vegan. I'm generally more inclined towards meat options, but it was fantastic.
Yeah, it was very nice.
And then we went to like a lazy river, 45 minutes outside of Tulum, and that was a little hidden gem.
So my next country is United States. I love New York. It's one of the best cities in the world. We ate so much in New York, and when we rented the bikes, the milkshakes, and when I fell asleep in Broadway because I was too jet lagged.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, I was watching alone.
Awesome.
It's like when I watch Netflix, it's just me.
I have to go back.
Yeah. Top highlight of US, we've done a lot there. Be Hawaii. Going shark diving. Bring it on up to my hometown, baby.
Hawaii.
Canada, where the mooses roam freely, the hockey pucks fly, and you have to keep your head down.
The maple syrup paradise.
This is a little paradise here on Earth, and for me, the best part of it happened up here in the Yukon. We had the most amazing time there. We got to see the Northern Lights. I got to show her that for the first time in her life, and we stayed in this log cabin.
I remember that my eyelashes froze.
And the airline, what was the airline called? They gave cookies. North Air. North Air has cookies and they're chocolate chip.
Cookies.
Oh my gosh.
We fought for them. Sweden.
IKEA. Meatball. We went to this one meatball place and the meatballs were freaking amazing.
Meatballs
I also ate
people?
a moose meatball. If you've ever thought to yourself, Christian uses good music in his YouTube videos, it actually all comes from a company in Sweden. That's why we were out there. They're called Epidemic Sound. And by the way, if you want to try it out for yourself, 30 days, free trial, it's down below. Next to Sweden is Norway, and this is one of my favorite places on earth. If ever there was a place to do a motorbike trip or a road trip, this is it. And Katy and I had just an insane time. Everywhere you turn is one of the most beautiful landscapes you've ever seen.
Everything is really intense and epic.
And expensive.
Ciao, bambino.
Place of love and breakups. This is where we broke up.
Yeah.
We said goodbye to each other in Rome.
Yeah.
But we're not going to focus on that. We're going to focus on the best parts. We had a cooking class with, they had the cleverest name. There was these two sisters, and they were like characters in a show. Like you had two very different personalities, but they came together to make delicious food. One specialized in wine pairings, the other specialized in like the pasta. This was a Roman cuisine experience.
It was amazing.
Next up is Korea. We're going to South Korea.
Annyeong.
Haven't been to the north, don't plan to. All right, South Korea. Number one memory.
The raccoons!
The raccoon cafe was freaking awesome.
Oh, we spent so much time there and they were like getting inside my shirt and coming out. They were so cute. I love them.
Leaving Korea was also a memory. We were overweight by maybe 15 kilograms in our luggage, and usually they let it slide. Usually they don't check carry-on, and we've been flying for years, and that's how we get around with all our equipment. So when they checked it, we were screwed. They were gonna charge us like $500 or $600 for all the equipment. So we started layering jackets, putting camera straps around our necks, and the lady who was checking boarding passes before letting you into security was just having a terrible day. So we tried to split up, you, me, Melissa, Ale, and she like tried to find us as we went through different entrances.
I had to throw away shoes and things in the airport. Yeah, you had to hide.
And we just barely got through. We were the last ones to board the plane because we were waiting so long for her to leave her
I was
station.
wearing like 4 pair of pants. I was wearing shorts over the pants, like 5 jackets, and I had to run with that.
So we think this is Hong Kong. We've got some insane memories there. Food for days, kakigori, these delicious icy desserts.
Which is Japanese, but we had one of the best in Hong Kong. And I remember I met a really special friend, remember? There was a kid that was being bullied right in front of me, so I couldn't resist and I intervened. No, I intervened and I became his friend and just made him laugh and we were playing. He was so cute. And then when we left that place, we went to this huge like garage place and it was full of ping pong tables. And there were like old people playing, but so well, and I played with them. It was really cool. Fiji!
Or as you would say, Fiji. Fiji.
Something that stands out for me a lot in Fiji was the beautiful beaches. We were swimming so much, and one day it was raining so much, and Christian was like, "It's raining, we should stay home." And then I say, "No, we should go." Yes, you were like,
we should go in.
No, I said let's, because I wanted to do some photos in the rain.
Change, isn't it?
Guys, you have to believe me.
Whatever.
You have to believe me.
So anyways, we got some of the best photos of our lives.
Yeah, I said like, let's go to the rain, and it was so fun. It was beautiful.
My best memory was as we were leaving. We were traveling with a guy named 𝗦𝗨𝗕𝗘𝗘. Our last night was spent in a super cheap place, and with that they had a cockroach infestation. But as if that wasn't bad enough, he had left his toiletry bag open, and as soon as he went to get his toothbrush to brush his teeth, like 5 or 6 of these cockroaches crawled out of his toiletry bag.
They were this big.
They were so gross. I had never felt so violated for somebody. Like, it was disgusting. All right, back onto the tiny map here. We're gonna look for our beautiful little stop in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico was a shocking little tiny island that was so beautiful. We saw a waterfall, but what stood out the most was actually the town. I flew the drone, we walked around, and I just was jaw-dropped. It was colorful, pastel colors everywhere you looked. That was the highlight.
Remember we had piña coladas and they were so good.
So good.
They were incredible.
So, if we remember correctly, and I'm pretty sure we've forgotten one, at least one, this is what we've done together as a couple. We've traveled to...
so little.
Maybe, well, there's a lot left. That's the cool thing though. I would be so disappointed if I saw that everything was scratched off. I love the fact that, you know, together and even alone, most of these places remain unscratched. It is a giant world waiting to be explored.
And I think for the future, Africa is definitely our goal.
That is how you travel when you're stuck at home. You pull out the old memories, and I'm so grateful to have already seen so much with her, and there's so much more to come. If you are currently at home right now thinking to yourself, what can I do? I'm feeling unproductive, unmotivated. I have a full 1-hour training that I just launched. If you're interested in becoming a content creator, making a living with your camera, then check out that link down below. I guarantee you, in fact, I've already heard it from so many people, it is the best 1 hour you could invest in yourself if you want to become a content creator. So check that out. And as always, hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get lost again in the next one.